Hey guys, what's going on? Sadiq. Welcome to Experiences with Sadiq. Season 2. Experiences with Sadiq is about all things real estate. A show where communication is key, advocating for the people is bliss, and knowledge, it's inspiring. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. And oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. Whether you're buying or selling a home, I'm that guy. Let's go! What's going on, guys? Your man Sadiq. Welcome to Experiences with Sadiq. So you guys know, I have a guy here. His name is Lanre. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. We're both Nigerians. And the last thing I need to do is try to pronounce the man's last name. And then every Nigerian out there torture me because I can't pronounce a Nigerian last name. But my man Lanre here, he's going to break down some amazing things that he's going through right now in terms of projects, development that he has going on that's going to revitalize, that's going to change the city of Providence. And in regards to that, the guy's been working really, really hard to bring this vision to life, this dream that he has been working on for some time now, and it's actually come to fruition. And I want to introduce you guys to the man himself, Lanre. If you don't mind, talk to the people, let them know what you're about, let them know what's going on. Cool. Let's go from there.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Sadiq for having me on the show. Love the show, follow the show. Make sure you follow the show as well.
Thank you.
Lanre Ajakaiye, founder of 25 Bough Street Development. As Sadiq mentioned, I've been working on this for quite some time. Sometimes you work many years in private for what people just see overnight, or they see as an overnight success. So 25 Bough Street Development has been in preparation since 2017, which is when I started the process, did some environmental inspections, and I'm really, really excited, as Sadiq mentioned, because I'm gonna bring something to the community that's gonna uplift thousands, transform thousands, and bring a lot of needed services that we'll talk about. So again, thanks for having me, Sadiq. Much appreciated.
You're welcome,
and,
you're welcome.
Yeah, ask away.
Perfect. So he just mentioned about 25 Bough Street. So if you guys don't know what 25 Bough Street's all about, Lanre is going to break it down, right? The way his vision is, I'm not going to explain his true vision because he's going to explain his true vision from his own mouth. But I'm going to give you guys the gist. And the vision of Lanre is to help the community and uplift the community in a unique way by providing a unique experience, right? Yeah. I hope I broke it down simple, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Six use cases, experiences.
Exactly.
It works.
So he's bringing the vision that's needed. I grew up I grew up in this area, and just seeing a black man a Nigerian black man who's taking the time, the effort to develop in an area that's well needed. I think that's a blessing of its own. Lanre, if you don't mind, explain what 25 Bough Street it's all about.
Yeah, so I love the way you said it. So like Sadiq, I grew up in the area. So my parents immigrated here from Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm a first generation.
Shout out to Lagos.
Shout out. Always shout out to Lagos. I want Nigeria Shella.
Hey.
So yeah, my parents immigrated here from Lagos, Nigeria, and essentially I grew up. That was in Hartford Park at the time. So I went to Nickerson House Community College.
Familiar with the area.
So Nickerson House.
I went there actually.
Community Center. I said community college.
Community Center.
And St. Mary's. So essentially, this area was the first area that was kind of my playing ground, my stomping ground. So it's important for that, or I bring that context in, because 25 Bough to me is very personal in many ways, because as a youth that grew up here, I feel like I have a pulse on the services that are needed. So some of those services that are gonna be here at 25 Bough Street are financial literacy. My first job was at MetLife. I love MetLife, shout out to the MetLife people, but that was the first time that I learned, Sadiq, a lot of financial literacy concepts. And it astounded me that I had already been through classical high school, University of Rhode Island, and that was the first time that I learned about annuities, about life insurance, about property and casualty. So financial literacy will be one piece of 25 Bough Street, targeted at 3rd grade all the way through high school. Nice. Career awareness, self-awareness, what does that mean? So essentially, a lot of times youth, they just don't know different careers that are out there. They don't know what the names are. They don't know what they are. But when they hear about it or they hear somebody describe it, they're like, oh yeah, I like that. I would do that. But they just didn't know what it was. So career awareness and self-awareness is very, very important. The self-awareness piece is confidence. It's confidence building, it's affirming, it's walking into a space where you feel like people want you to win, right? And the more you walk into those spaces where people want you to win, the more you become an adult that wins, right? True. From a very young age. That has to do with educators that look like them, that has to do with services that are provided for them, that have a specific and unique perspective that understands them. So 25 Bough will have that. I'll have some retail space that's here. So I'm looking for different financial organizations and different healthcare organizations because we're in Onlyville, which is what's called a HES. So
can you break down what the HES means? Because some people might not know what the HES means.
So a HES is a self-identified health equity zone. So it's an area that the Department of Health has put a classification on that there should be more concentration on health outcomes.
Awesome.
So in Onlyville, unfortunately, Sadiq, you know, the life expectancy is 9 years less than the rest of the state in Onlyville. You know, incomes are like less than 25,000. You know, some of the choices that are here for foods aren't the healthiest, right? In some cases, it's what's called a food desert, meaning, you know, for me to find healthy alternatives in foods, it's tougher. So one of the things that will be here at 25 Bough is that concentration as well on health, mental wellness, and care of yourself.
Amazing.
So balance with that, we're standing in what I have is currently the multi-purpose function hall.
Amazing.
So I call it the multi-purpose function hall, but as I mentioned to you, surprise, and I'm going to announce it on Sadiq's show, RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design, has committed to the 25 Bough Street project. So
shout out to RISD.
Big shout out to RISD.
Big shout out.
So I'll have 14 different students that will give different renditions. I have this in my rendition as the multi-purpose function hall. They might change it all up. Yeah. So we'll see what that is. So multi-purpose function hall, and then there'll be an athletic skills facility as well that will be built out into the roof, and that is dedicated to athletes and peak performance. So we'll have different machines here like Vertimax machines and different plyometric machines that make youth get better, quicker, stronger, faster. In a lot of states, they have these different machines and these different athletic skills facilities. Rhode Island didn't have one until the Elite Skills Club of New England in West Greenwich. So we're gonna blend all of that, and then it becomes a place that's a center of excellence for youth, multi-generational, different people in the community can come learn. Entrepreneurs and innovators can work in the co-working space, which is downstairs. Now, you've been in the space, you're in the space. Even before I told you about the space, you know, it's kind of like, wow, how can all that fit in there? But now that you've been in the space, what do you think?
It's crazy because when you're walking from the outside, you look at this building, right? The building's not even done yet. It's a rundown old mill building. So it looks small. It's extremely deceiving from the outside. But when you walk inside, and so Lanre showed me his vision on his phone. So when you see his vision that he has on his phone, which you guys will be seeing somewhere in the video as well, you'll actually get a true sense of what the true vision, the concept of 25 Bough Street really looks like. And I want to ask you, how did you go about acquiring this property? Because there's a lot of properties around here. But why this specific building? What's so special about this building?
Man, so the first root of it is that my parents, it's the first place that they came to. So because the area is where I did kindergarten, where I did elementary school, Central Providence is always attached to my art. So that's first and foremost. So as I mentioned to you before, and we were talking about it but for the people out there, the first offer I actually made was on the old Onlyville Boys and Girls Club. So I made the offer on the old Onlyville Boys and Girls Club, and essentially at that time I was the only offer. So I was souped, I was happy, excited, like, man, this is crazy, right? I'm gonna get this building. And then 3 days later, another offer came on it.
Shocking.
So the broker called me and he said, oh, you know, there's another offer on it. You're going to have to go to highest and best, which is, as Sadiq knows, as the expert realtor he's at.
Lanre also did or specialized in real estate at one point. So he's extremely familiar with a lot of the real estate terminology and what's going on in the real estate world. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, and to that point, a lot of people don't know, so I'm glad you said that. I was a real estate broker in Manhattan for 10 years. So I rose from the level of real estate agent to broker. So yeah, so real estate is in my blood. I've done flips and different things out of state. So I love real estate. Coming back to why this property. So now the offer was made. We went back and forth. I put money over ask, but you know, some of the bids are normally sealed. So they won the bid. I don't know what the final price is. I know I can look it up. But essentially they won the bid, and I'm happy for it because it's going to be a community health center. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, Onlyville is a health equity zone. So the more that we can get education about health education, health outcomes that help the community, that's a good thing. So I missed out on that building, and then, you know, I was kind of bummed out, like, man, I missed out on that building. I really knew I could do something great with it. So I was driving around the neighborhood, and I saw this building with a fence on it at the time, and it still has a fence, but that'll be gone soon, don't worry. And I was driving, and I saw it, and I was like, man, who owns this building, right? Because some of the best deals, there's no for sale sign on it. You have to do some digging. That's how real estate is sometimes. You see an abandoned property, you dig. I had that experience in Baltimore as well. So this building, I looked it up, and it turned out to be the city that owned it. So I called in the city hall, and I found out, you know, how I could, you know, find the property. But when I actually called City Hall, there was an offer on it. There was actually an active deal on it. So the gentleman, he was going through the deal, and they said to me, they said, oh, there's a deal on it currently, and you know, you can put yourself as secondarily. If something happens, we'll give you a call. So I did that, not thinking for the life of me that I would ever get a call, because I was like, who would ever back out of this building? Because my vision, to your point, Sadiq, what I saw that the building could be, I already saw the end at the beginning, that this building is incredible. So long story short, I get a call 6-7 months after. It wasn't like six days, it was 6-7 months. I had almost put out of my head that I had a chance at the building. And the person called, God rest his soul, named Barry. He said, is this Lanre? I said, yeah, this is Lanre. He said, oh, this is Barry. And I had to think of who Barry was, right? So I had forgotten. And he said, are you still interested in that building, 25 Bough? I said, yeah. I said, why? He goes, because it looks like the deal, we'll see, he may back out, but we're not sure yet, right? So that's all he said. A couple days later, he called, and he said, yeah, that deal, they're backing out, and that was my opportunity. So that's how I got in. That was 2017. So in 2017, what I had to go through, we had to do environmental inspections, phase 1, phase 2. And I put a contingency that I wanted to see the result of that before I closed. So all of that took 3 years. This wasn't by any means overnight, Sadiq. It was like work for 3 years. And then I finally got to September 2020, where I had that moment that, you know, we as immigrant children always want to have, where I could realize my parents' dream, and I could bring my mom to the closing. So it was an amazing moment for me. Closed September 2020. By no means was it a straight road. It was like a lot of bumps along the way, and I'm here today, and we're standing here today.
Success itself is a journey that we all have to take, you know, in order to get to that level that we want to get to. This area itself is being changed a lot. There's a lot of new businesses that's coming within this area to help uplift this area specifically. Because when I grew up, this area was tough, right? And just seeing what individuals like yourself.
It's still kind of tough for some people,
But it's changing, you know? But individuals like yourself that's taking the time or the initiative to do good and to bring something good into the community.
Thank you.
I think it's amazing in its own way, you know, because Boys and Girls Club has been shut down for years.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like having new things coming in here, things that's culturally accepted, you can't go wrong. And one of the things I want to know from Lanre is I want the people to understand your vision in terms of we know what 25 Bough is going to be, right?
Sure.
But what's your long-term vision with 25 Bough and everything else that you want to have going on?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Sadiq. So long-range plans for Onlyville and for 25 Bough. For me, I see 25 Bough as a place that will empower thousands of multi-generational people. So we know within our communities, we lack financial literacy. We know within our communities, we need more guidance on career awareness to stay competitive with a globally competitive workforce. So STEAM and careers with science, tech, engineering, it's needed in our community. Even real estate, your path to real estate, it's not necessarily taught in schools, right? You had to find your way to it. So what I see long term for 25 Bough is that I'm going to empower thousands of people to get to their dreams. So 25 Bough is a conduit for people to get to their dreams. That's what I see it is. That's what I'm building. I see Onlyville with the building of 25 Bough, it becomes a family and community empowerment zone. So what do I mean by that? I mean, right now, I think you would concur, most people that come down here, it's for nightlife and maybe wieners, right? It's a nightlife or wieners. So it's not a destination right now that's trafficked by tons of families, or they come down here and they have experiences that they remember. But in the future, you know, with a lot of the things that are going on with the Cultural Experience Museum, with What Chair Flower Farm, I think there are a lot of things that people will come down here for, and they'll create memories that they remember. Hey, I learned this at 25 Bough, or I met this person or this connection at 25 Bough. I was in the entrepreneurship and co-working space, and I made a connection there that led me to other opportunities. That's what I'm trying to foster. So my vision is community connectiveness, it's community empowerment, it's family and community empowerment. I'm a family guy. I have 2 boys, 14 and 11. I've been married with my wife since 1995. Amazing. So for me, my world revolves around the strength of family and community. And
as you guys look, right, we're standing on the rooftop right now, and the vision of its extension from inside the building to the rooftop is one of those things that like is going to become I feel like it'll become like an entertainment or nightlife type of destination for that family. You know, like Lanre said, he wants to create a place where family are welcome, culture is welcome, experience is welcome. And I think by doing that in this area of Onlyville, and you just look around and you see all the mills that surrounds us, it's deeper than that. It's a change that's coming, a change that's going to open up and give people an opportunity for education, to learn, and to experience different things. Lanre, in terms of 25 Bough, I know you have a bunch of other acquisitions that you have as well, other businesses. Are you going to consolidate all those when the time comes into 25 Bough? What does that look like for you?
It's a great question, Sadiq. It's a great question. So very perceptive. So quietly, almost all the things that are in 25 Bough, if you map my experience, my career, my upbringing, the things that are in 25 Bough are the things that I've learned over my career or that I naturally love. So what do I mean by that? So if you think athletic skills facility, you know, I made the Classical Hall of Fame last year. I was an all-state hurdler. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So I play football, basketball. I love sports. I love the blend of sports and education. Quietly the director of Team Providence Travel. So, you know, I set up the city's team because we didn't have a presence, Providence, in the Rhode Island Youth Basketball Association for 25 years. So all of that, I envision 53 young men who play on my Team Providence Travel team, they'll come work out at the athletic skills facility. Amazing. You know, people like David Duke, you know, his younger brother, Jordan Duke, plays on Team Providence Travel. They'll come and work out at the athletic skills facility. Financial literacy, as I mentioned, my first career job right out of college was MetLife. So that's where I learned financial literacy. I'll have financial literacy here. Real estate, principles, we'll have that here. So it really is, if you think about it, Sadiq, I've blended everything that I've done within my career that I naturally just love to do.
Yep.
Like, and I think that's an important lesson for everyone, is that when you blend something that naturally just is something you enjoy and your passion, like for me, and blend it with purpose, for me it's fun.
Yeah.
So people may look at it like, wow, you got to renovate this whole building. For me, I look at it as, I can't wait to renovate the building, because to me that's fun. So that's how I'm going to bring it together, and it brings it together in that way.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You guys hear it from the man himself, from Lanre. The man has a great vision. His insight on things are just immaculate, crazy. Lanre, if you don't mind, talk to the people. And I know, aren't you raising money right now in terms of for 25 Bough? Talk to the people in regards to how they could go about assisting if they're looking to assist in 25 Bough or participate in 25 Bough, and also contact you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sadiq. So the opportunity at 25 Bough in New England, nobody's ever had. So what do I mean by that? I'm the first person in New England to be approved by the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, to crowdfund real estate under something called Regulation CF. C as in Charles, F as in Frank. What that means is you don't have to stand on the side, as Sadiq said, and wonder how you can help. You can actually contribute to helping. This isn't GoFundMe. This isn't, it's different than Kickstarter. This is, you can actually buy into the campaign to transform the actual neighborhood that you're going to drive around, or to transform something that you're going to eventually use. So I envision Sadiq's children will be here, my children will be here, your children can be here, but you don't have to stand on the sideline. You can actually transform it. You can find that out at wefunder.com/25 Bough Street, B-O-U-G-H Street. 25bough.com is the website. And all of that is available there by SEC regulation. Everything that has to do with the campaign that Sadiq mentioned, you would have to go to the website, wefunder.com/25 Bough Street to see. But it allows you to not only hear about it or stand on the sidelines. At some point, you can say, I was part of that building that now looks really, really nice at state of the art, and you can see, touch, and feel the difference that you made. So that's what I'm offering. And you know, Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, you'll see this project last week was mentioned in both of those for under Regulation CF.
Congratulations.
So thanks for that. Thanks for mentioning that.
Powerful, powerful. You guys know what it is. It's your man Sadiq with Communications Key, advocating for the people's bliss, and knowledge is inspiring.
Yes,
Until next time, you guys can catch me on all my social media platforms, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. Follow me, Experiences with Sadiq, and also follow my team, the Davies Group, for all your real estate needs. Until next time, catch you guys soon. You know how we do.
Thank you. Thank you, Sadiq. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.